Hi friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm Katie. Happy New Year. I am filming this on I'm filming this on January 1st. It's Monday morning and it's time to get into my passport planner. So I figured I would do the first weekly of the year and then I'd take you with me. So I have previously done a video where I showed like this setup, and I'll link that below. And I actually haven't gone from the post-it note stage to the written in stage. That is one of my plans for today. In the next couple days, I've been out of town for the last 2 weeks, and I was kind of saving this as a thing to do, to come back to look forward to after the holidays were over and dreary January was ahead of me. So that's still a work in progress and doesn't bother me at all. As for this cover situation, more on that coming soon. I'm doing a prototype experiment with pocket rings. So keep an eye on the channel for that, but first step for me is to live with it and to see what I like, what I don't like, etc. But you are going to be able to see it in frame here because I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. I could just take the book out. It's easy to slide out, but I do kind of want to try doing this the way, like, I'm trying to use it and I want to see what it's like. Otherwise I won't get any data. So let's go ahead and do the weekly. I'm going to take this clip out because it's going to cause me a little bit of trouble. Okay, I've put some sticky notes on here to do monthly goals and reflections and the weekly check-in goals. I put that here, and my plan is to like just keep moving them from week to week once I've done them, but I'm going to take them off for now because they're in the way. For now. That's for the Moxie Life goal system, which I am strongly considering using for my goals in 2024. You might think, isn't that the sort of thing you should know on January 1st? And to that I say, pshaw. We're getting started on the year now. Also, please disregard all the ink that's on my hands. It's been an inky morning. Okay, so the first thing I like to do in my passport, and if you don't remember, if this is your first time here, I've been doing like it's not a mock spread. I've been legitimately using it, but not a real sterling ink, a little fake sterling ink that I mock up that I made. I've been using it for about 6 months, so I have a pretty good idea of what my basic things are, although I might change some of them here. But my first thing to do is I just kind of like to take what is essentially a highlighter and highlight the days at the top. This is a fountain pen with a Fude nib, but I just use it like a highlighter, but it means that I can get some kind of fun colors, and I don't want that to obscure what week number it is. I think it'll be okay. So that's the first thing I like to do, just get some color on the page. I don't use any stickers on here, and so I like to have a little color, but I don't want this planner to get like really fluffy. The other thing I'm using is a Lamy 2004 in 1 multi-pen. I have a video about that I'll also link below. The refills are different. I'm going to be using a Uniball Jetstream 0.7 and as the thicker line, and a Petal High-Tech C 0.3. I put the details in that video if you want to check it out. But this is my favorite pen at the moment for this planner because I like to switch. All right. So here in the sidebar, I like to have a place for the mail that I'm expecting. And I don't think I need too much room for that. And then I do errands. And then I have been doing my vitamin habit tracker here at the bottom, but I'm moving to a bunch more habits that I'm putting here on these spreads. But the weekly spread is the one that I am most likely to look at. So if I want to fill in those other things, I need a reminder on this spread to look at it. So I'm just going to call that habits. And I'll just have the one habit tracker here, which is for me to have gone and to look at my other habits. It's a little circular, but these are the things I've learned about myself. So there's seven spots for that. And this pen dries really fast, but I'm going to go over it with the highlighter. And then I like to, and it is a little different from my practice, and so it feels weird. Yeah, I usually put it here at, just over 12 o'clock. I put tasks because I'm not awake and I'm definitely not doing anything between 10 and midnight, really. So, and that gives me a little more room for the underneath part. There we go. Now we can take our highlighter, and I just like to, I guess we're doing it thin today. Here. And then like that. And now my spread feels like it has some like structure to it. And like, I don't know, there's something about a wide open page that can be a little overwhelming. It's nice for things to have. So let's actually do some planning here. So I'm switching to the 0.04, 0.4, whatever. One here. Does this stuff look like it's close enough to dry? I do have a, pull this out, a little blotting paper here, so I don't get my dirty hands all over the paper. Okay, let's write. Okay, let's write, this is New Year's Day. Good to have the holidays in here. And so I have my Google Calendar in front of me here. This is what I use to actually forward plan, and so that is an important part of how I do this. So just full disclosure, this is my friend David's birthday, so that I remember to text him. And then let's look. Now, I don't know if this bothers anyone else, but maybe I can change this. My Google Calendar is a Sunday start, and everything else I use is a Monday start, and it really messes with me to be looking at them back and forth. So in the mail, I know I have a package from Goulet Pens. It's set to be delivered tomorrow. It's actually at my local post office right now, and it's all of my self-control not to like break into that post office and get it because they're not delivering today because it's a holiday. So I know that those are coming. And then in terms of errands that I know right now, I have an Amazon return that I need to do. And one of my headlights is out, and I've been putting it off. And now is the time to do it, I think. I'm sure other things will get added, but that just tends to be a running list as the week goes on. So let's look at my calendar. So something I need to do today is pay the bills. it's the first of the month. And a thing I need to know is that there is a home football game here from 5 to 8. I'm not gonna watch it, but I need to remember that it's happening and stay home, because that is not anything I'm looking to be a part of. And that's what helps me remember. Let's see, what else do I have coming up? So on Tuesday from 9 to 10:30, I have our weekly meeting in lab. So we'll put that in there. I follow the Green Bay Packers and their game. Yeah, okay, here's the place where I'm running into these rings. I don't know that it's a huge deal, but it is a place where I feel them. 4:30 to 7:30 is the Bears at the Packers. And, you know, we'll see if I watch it, but at least I know when it is. I think that is all of the timed appointments that I have. I mean, not even timed events going on for me this week. I don't generally have a particularly time heavy lifestyle, but it does mean that I kind of need to focus on when they are happening because I will forget. Let's put a few other tasks on here. So I actually already have a to-do list for today that's way longer than what's going to be put on here. Usually I use these sections here for big tasks I know today that are for a different day, and then the exhaustive list on the day of I put here in the daily section. So I did forget to put pay bills on there though. Let's actually just add that right now so that it's on the list. And then let's see what other things I need to do. So I think tomorrow I need to meal plan and grocery shop. We just got home from holiday. Yesterday we bought some emergency supplies, but like an actual fuller concept for the week needs to happen, and I can pick up the groceries on my way home from work because I don't feel like leaving the house today and some of the places are closed. And then another thing, let's put this on Thursday. I often call my mom. No, I was just at her house, so we'll see, but I'll put it on there so I think of it. And I also want to text my friends and set up a get together now that we're on the other side of the holidays. I don't want to like let that go. We'll just start the conversation. And that's a pretty mellow set of things, but it feels good to have it on here. Now, something so this is all I've been doing for the last 6 months. I haven't been like scheduling habits on here so much, and I do have the habit tracker, but I got really far behind on my 5-year journal last year. Last year. I got something like 30 days behind, and I was able to catch up, but it wasn't fun, and it's not what I want to be doing. So I need to get back in the habit of doing it every morning when I get out of bed. And I'm just, for a little while, or maybe forever, we'll see, going to put that on here so that it's front and center of my, the more times I mark it off, the more likely I am to do it. It feels good. So I'm going to put that on there, and at least for a month, I think I'm going to put it officially scheduled. But I might leave it long term. We'll see. I generally don't have a lot of patience for rewriting the same things over and over again. That's not really intrinsic to my personality to have patience for that. But if it works, I'm not going to mess with it. If I'm scheduling habits, the other thing, it's the beginning of the year, and a bunch of these habits are new. So I'm just going to go ahead and schedule them at least. So I'm going to do, I bought one of those mini stepper machines, and I want to watch one YouTube video per day while stepping. And it doesn't matter how long the YouTube video is right now. I'm just trying to build the habit. If you're an Atomic Habits reader, trying to make it easy and make it enjoyable. So easy is not a certain amount of time, and enjoyable is to tie it to a thing I do lots of, which is watch YouTube in the afternoon when I get home from work. So I've put that in there. I'm not going to schedule it on Saturday or Sunday. That seems rash to me, but on the other days of the week, I have a better idea of what my schedule looks like. It'll probably be later than where I scheduled it for, but that tends to be a dead zone for me for writing things in my planner. So I'll put it there. I'm not always absolutely tied to the timeline. And then I have one more habit I'm trying to build, and I guess I'm just gonna do it. So here at 7 o'clock, I'm trying to build like an evening routine. So I have some things I want to be better at doing. Things like putting my clothes away and whatever. And if I wait until the end of the night, I am tired and I don't feel like doing it. But if I tie it here to just after dinner, while my husband is like washing the dishes, I think that tends to be a dead area for me in terms of like I'm just scrolling on my phone until he's like available to hang out with again. And so I think that is a place that I can go ahead and do that. As I said, I don't usually put this much on here, but also it's worth saying that I've been terrible about my habits. So it's not like putting less has been working for me. Do I want to hold this through on the weekend nights? We're still eating dinner at the same time. I might not like brush my teeth or something, because I might consume more stuff, but I can still I'm hoping to make sure my desk is clear for the next morning. That's going to help my 5-year journaling habit. Is if my desk is clean, it is easier to just open my journal and start writing. If there's stuff here, then suddenly I won't feel like it. So that's I'm trying to not just do the one habit, but to do habits that build and support each other. Okay, and then let's schedule this. I need to do my weekly goals. That's going to be like an every Monday morning thing. I think if I schedule it for Sunday night, I'm not going to do it, but Monday morning is a time where I reset. Usually because I'm procrastinating. And so it's like a good time to like drink my tea and whatever. So we'll put that, and then I'm just going to move it back to here. And I could put it on my calendar. I think I do actually have it on my calendar, but it's this, I'm decent at daily habits. I mean, not great as we've talked about, but daily habits, I at least know if I'm ignoring them. Weekly and monthly habits are the sort of thing that totally evade me. I don't think well in that time. And so I have to decide for things like where it's the first of the month, you know, in the middle of the week, which is pretty regularly. I'm trying to decide if I want to do actually monthly goals or if I want to do every 4 weeks. It makes more sense to me to start new things on a Monday rather than in the middle of the week. But I'll leave it for there for now. So that's scheduled in, and because I've already done this, I actually already have weekly insert. Yeah, I already have that on there. And then that's it for now. Sometimes I think about adding something here, like a spot for like 1 or 2 like must-dos. They don't have to be on any specific day, but like 1 or 2 must-dos or priorities. I haven't been doing that, but my habits were starting to take up a lot of room along this side. Now that I've moved those, I have more room here. I'm gonna live with it for a week or 2 and see how I feel, and maybe I'll add that back in. It's also worth mentioning that this is my personal planner. The reason that there's like so little scheduled on here is because my work planner is elsewhere at work. Imagine that. And that is where all of that goes. I don't mark my work schedule on here because I work the same time all the time. I don't need to know it. But that is part of why things are so empty, is because that happens elsewhere. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting and enjoyable. I am so excited for you guys. If you are excited about your first week in your new planner here on Monday the 1st, very satisfying. And if you're using the passport in particular, let me know. And if you're not, tell me what the first weekly spread you did this week was. Which planner did you choose to do first? Because I suspect many of you have more than one, and I'd be curious to hear which one you chose first. All right, I will talk to you again soon. Bye, friends.